Welcome to Gentle Herb Living. If your beds feel flat and your compost never seems to develop that deep forest-like richness, this short guide will show you a surprisingly simple way to summon actinomycetes, the microbe architects that build humus, fight pathogens, and give soil that coveted earthy smell. The secret starts with a garden scrap most people ignore: woody prunings and wood chips. Follow the steps below and you'll create the right habitat for actinomycetes to move in and do the heavy lifting for your soil. Start with the forgotten scrap small diameter woody prunings or wood chips. Collect branches under roughly 2 centimeters in diameter, hedge clippings, or clean wood chips from pruning. Fresh large logs are slow and can immobilize nitrogen. Instead, chop or chip small woody material so there's lots of surface area. This high-carbon, lignin-rich material is what actinomycetes specialize in breaking down. They produce the enzymes that digest lignin and cellulose, the compounds many common microbes cannot touch. Alright, so to make sure your scrap breaks down quickly and doesn't end up starving your plants, you'll want to mix those wood chips with a nitrogen source. This helps prevent what's called nitrogen lockup as decomposition gets underway. Use about 3 parts wood chips to 1 part fresh green clippings or well-rotted manure, or you can blend the chips with finished compost at roughly a 2-to-1 ratio. A handful of mature garden soil or a scoop of finished compost works brilliantly as an inoculant, seeding your mix with microbes and fungal hyphae that partner up with actinomycetes. Try to keep your pieces under 3 to 5 centimeters so the microbes have more access points, which really helps speed things along. Now, you'll need to build a shallow trench or set up a chop and drop patch to place the material where your plants need it most. You can dig a trench about 10 to 15 centimeters deep in the bed you want to improve, or if you prefer, just choose a border strip and spread a 15 to 20 centimeter layer on the surface for sheet mulching. Layer your wood chip mix into the trench, tamp it down just a bit, and then cover everything with the soil you removed earlier. If you're surface applying, start with a layer of cardboard, add your wood chip blend on top, and then, cover it all lightly with soil or even some finished compost. This method places the carbon right where roots will eventually find the improved humus, and it really concentrates microbial activity in the root zone, which is just what you want. Keep aeration and moisture steady to favor actinomycetes over anaerobes. Actinomycetes are aerobic, which means they need oxygen and a steady but not soggy level of moisture. Water the area so the mix feels a bit like a wrung-out sponge, and try to avoid compacting it. If you trench, just leave small air channels or poke a few perforated pipes to maintain airflow in heavier soils. In cool seasons they work slower, but in warm, well-aerated conditions they become most active and start producing that forest floor scent that signals humus building is underway. Watch for the earthy scent and use the results in the next season. Over 6 to 12 weeks, you'll notice the material darkening and the soil smelling faintly of damp woodland. That scent, geosmin, is the hallmark of actinomycete activity. By spring, the trench or mulch will have broken down into a crumbly, microbe-rich matrix. Plant directly into it. Top-dress seedlings with a thin layer, or use the improved bed for transplants that need a fast start. Repeat this process each season to build a living, disease-resilient soil. Alright, so let's talk about some mistakes that can really slow down your progress, or even invite some unwanted problems. Don't bury large, unshredded logs or add things like meat and dairy, yeah? And try not to water so much that your mix gets waterlogged, because that actually favors anaerobic rot instead of those helpful actinomycetes. If you do need to use fresh hardwood, make sure to balance it out with extra nitrogen and give it a longer curing time. Sustainable repetition, like doing a few small trenches or little sheet mulch patches every season, is honestly better than trying to rush through one big job all at once. So if you found any of this useful, go ahead and subscribe to Gentle Herb Living for more practical soil strategies. And, share this with a gardener who's after soil that smells, feels, and grows just like a forest. Drop a comment with what scrap you'll try first and we'll compare notes.